Netflix didn't begin as a tech giant. It began as a bet. A bet that people didn't want late fees, long queues, or the inconvenience of going to a store just to rent a movie. But here's what most people forget. Netflix risked everything multiple times. It risked its entire business on streaming. It risked its future on original content. And it risked its survival when competitors with far deeper pockets entered the market. Yet each gamble wasn't reckless. It was strategic, data-driven, and brutally calculated. This is the story of how a small DVD rental service reinvented entertainment, and how close it came to losing everything. Netflix was founded in 1997 by Reed Hastings and Mark Randolph. Their original idea wasn't streaming. In fact, it wasn't even about technology. It was about friction. DVDs had just launched. They were lightweight, durable, and perfect for shipping. Netflix saw what others didn't. A DVD wasn't just a disc. It was a delivery system. So Netflix built a simple subscription model. No due dates, no late fees, unlimited rentals. By 2000, they were growing, but not profitable. And that's when they made the decision that would go down in business history. They offered to sell the entire company to Blockbuster for $50 million. Blockbuster laughed. That rejection forced Netflix to evolve, and evolution became the company's core competency. In 2000, the dot-com bubble burst. Netflix wasn't cash-rich. They weren't protected. They were burning money and still mailing DVDs out of warehouses. This is where Netflix made its first transformative decision. They switched to a subscription-only model. Most rivals still charged per rental. Netflix chose predictable revenue. Predictable revenue funded growth, and growth created economies of scale. Around this time, Amazon also approached the DVD rental market. Netflix knew they couldn't win a price war, so they didn't. They focused on algorithms and customer experience. Their recommendation engine, which today drives most viewing behavior, became a silent, competitive moat. The lesson was clear. Netflix couldn't outspend competitors, but it could out-innovate them. In 2007, Netflix made a controversial decision. They would move from DVDs to streaming. It sounds obvious now, but back then, internet speeds were slow, studios were skeptical, and consumers were confused. And the entire business still depended on physical DVDs. Executives internally questioned whether streaming would cannibalize their core product. But Netflix understood something critical. Convenience always wins. Switching to streaming wasn't a flip of a switch. It was a staged, controlled transition. First, introduce a limited catalog. Then, train users to watch online. Slowly reduce dependence on DVDs. Use viewing data to negotiate better licensing. Streaming wasn't the risk, the timing was. If Netflix moved too early, customers wouldn't adopt it. If they moved too late, competitors would. They made the right call. Barely. Then came 2011, the Qwikster disaster. Netflix attempted to split the business, Netflix for streaming, Qwikster for DVDs. Prices went up. Customers hated it. The stock collapsed by nearly 80%. It was almost a fatal mistake. But Netflix recovered for one key reason. They admitted the mistake fast. The Qwikster spin-off was killed within weeks. The company re-centralized the brand and refocused entirely on streaming. Netflix risked their reputation, but won back trust by reversing quickly. As competitors licensed more content away, Netflix realized something. They didn't own anything. So in 2013, they launched House of Cards, their first major original series. It wasn't cheap. The show cost over $100 million. The industry called them insane. But Netflix had something Hollywood didn't: viewer data. They knew how many people watched political dramas. They knew which actors performed well. They knew binge-watching behavior patterns. House of Cards wasn't a gamble. It was an algorithmically informed investment. From there, Netflix scaled original content into a global production engine. They went from renting entertainment to creating it. Netflix expanded into more than 190 countries. But they didn't just export American content. They invested in local originals, Korean dramas, Spanish thrillers, German sci-fi. This created a global competitive moat. While competitors fought for US market share, Netflix built a worldwide subscriber base. And the biggest example of this strategy was Squid Game, a low-budget Korean drama that became Netflix's most watched show worldwide. It proved that local content could become global hits. Netflix's business model seems simple: subscription revenue. But the mechanics are more complex. Recurring revenue creates predictable cash flow. Economies of scale allow content costs to spread across millions of subscribers. Data feedback loops improve content decisions. Global pricing maximizes revenue per region. Their biggest cost is content. Their biggest weapon is data. And their biggest moat is global distribution. This is why Netflix survived when hundreds of streaming competitors emerged. Netflix didn't win by playing safe. They won by making the right risk at the right time. Convenience beats legacy. Data beats intuition. The speed of correction matters as much as the speed of innovation. And in the end, content isn't king. Owning the distribution is. Netflix transformed from a DVD by mail startup to a streaming pioneer, and then to a global entertainment powerhouse. And they did it by risking everything, and almost losing, every step of the way. This is Biz Decoded. Like and subscribe for more videos like this.